So hey boys and girls, today I'm doing something a little different for me. I'm not a huge maintenance guy in terms of my instruments. I mean, they're basic things you should know. How to, adjust heights and string heights and intonation and some bridge stuff. Basic neck adjustment you should be able to do. Sometimes I shy away from some of that because I don't want to make any extreme adjustments. Sometimes it's best to, have a tech person or somebody who's a luthier or somebody that, works on instruments exclusively do some of the work, especially electronics with me. Even though I did some basic soldering years ago, sometimes you find different bases, they'll have like a glossy finish, which is basically kind of plastic. And sometimes they get sticky, especially in sweaty, sunny kind of temperatures. Sometimes your thumb or your fingers can get kind of stuck, on the back of the base. I haven't really had that much of a problem with it, but and it's amazing I've let go. I have a Dean Edge Pro 5, which I've been using quite a few years now, and love it. And it's one of my main axes, but it has quite a glossy finish on the neck, behind the neck. And so today, I think we're going to try to work on that and my first sire, Marcus Miller P7, which is a 4-string that has the precision pickup and the jazz pickup configuration. It's a great bass. And we're going to try to smooth out some of that and see if, it's said that it kind of gives the neck a little more fluidity, so that it's a little faster for some people. Like I said, I haven't really encountered a whole lot of problems. I've had different basses with different necks. But the thing that kind of made it come to prominence in my mind is I recently had, I've gotten to 2 sire, V5R, which is a 5-string, and it has a roasted maple neck. And so it's kind of has that satiny finish on the back already. And it feels a little more like, bare wood. And then a fretless 4-string, which is a V10. And that's a nice bass, nice axis, another roasted maple. So those have kind of brought that to my mind. So we're going to try to see what happens today. There's a couple of things you need. I've been trying to do research, there are different people tell you how to do different things. I'm not really sanding things down. I'm just kind of taking some of that gloss off and trying to get it closer to the wood feel. Some of the things you need are, some people do, like some sandpaper, quadruple dot or 0.000 in terms of the grain or the grit of it. I don't have that, and so I'm trying what most people seem to say is the right thing to do, which is Scotch-Brite. And it's you can get this. It's like scrubbing pads or whatever, and it seems to be the right density or grit or to rub off of that stuff. So you can get that probably even at Walmart or I got it at Lowe's. Probably want to have either some masking tape or maybe painter's tape to tape off some of the areas so that you can keep more of a straight line where you're actually doing the work. It's also, I have some of this, which is naphtha. It kind of thins enamels and varnish, and it cleans and it kind of dries faster, supposedly. So it's a solvent. And after the fact, I'm going to try some of this teak oil because it's like a protection for woods, and it kind of keeps the moisture from your hands, etc., out, and helps the wood, supposedly. So anyway, we're going to try all this stuff. It's an experiment for me because I'm not a big handyman, but today we're stretching a bit. Okay, first I've got my Marcus Miller P7 4-string, really nice bass. So I guess I'm going to try to tape off like right the area up here, right down here. So first, we've got just a little bit of that naphtha, that varnish thinner and cleaner. Just going to do that. Try to get some of that. There's that off, I guess. Hopefully I'm not going to make any major mistakes here. I'm sure that, you know, in terms of using this Scotch-Brite, that you're going to want to go with the grain, you know, not this way. It can cause kind of streaks and all. So we'll see what happens here. So you see I've kind of taped off little areas here, right here against where the neck joint is. All right, so next, Scott, on Scott's base lesson, suggested that we wet this and then kind of wring it out. I'm not sure if that's what we have to do or not, but I'll try it. Okay, here we go. Once again, kind of take this and just move it like this. I'm not sure that I'm really seeing much. Let's try. Can't really tell. I'm going to continue. Be back. Yeah, I decided to get one that wasn't quite as wet. You can see a little bit of that. I don't know if you can see where it's kind of taking some of that varnish or that glossiness off. So yeah, I'm getting somewhere with it, you know. Get down to a little more the wood feel. So again, you don't have to be extreme, they're saying. It's just a matter of kind of preference, really. Yeah, you can feel, it feels a little more like the wood, the bare wood. So I'm gonna keep working on it a little bit, and I'll be back. So yeah, it's really hard to tell, but you know, definitely some of that gloss is taken off. I don't know if I tried to, you know, delineate up here that line. So we'll see. I'm going to do a little more and then put some teak oil on it. So I did just take a little bit of teak oil and just kind of rub it into. That's supposed to help kind of, I don't know, seal it or something, keep it, the moisture from either your hands or whatever to affecting the wood. So we'll let that dry for a couple of minutes and then wipe it down again and go from there. So this is my Dean Edge Pro 5, which I use, like I said, you know, extensively on a lot of stuff. It's a great base from Dean, and hopefully you can see that this has quite a bit of gloss on it. You know, I don't know if you can see that, but it's quite a bit of gloss. So I'm going to tape off, I guess, you know, some area up here and start again. So I'm going to tape off a couple of different areas on this base, deal up here, and then we just start to work. I'm not going to worry about wetting this like Scott suggested. Take it, start to work on some of this. You can see some of the gray particles that it's you know, as it's kind of doing its work. Yeah, I see it. And of course, it's safe to do, you know, with the grain or whatever, but I can't, you know, on this back of the neck. It's just kind of like this. So I'm going to work on this for a while and then be back. Okay, I don't know if you can see that. It's quite a bit of gray, the particles that have come off of that Scotch Brite. So then I'm going to wipe that down, put some teak oil on it, take the tape off. We'll see what it feels like. So again, I've put the teak oil on it, which supposedly, I guess, helps to keep the moisture out and, you know, from hands, sweat, all that kind of stuff, and protects the wood, some sort of sealant, I guess, I don't know. Then I'm going to take the tape off here so that I can do the final reveal. And yeah, there's a significant gloss less. I don't know, you probably can't see that. Right in here, there's a line where that tape was. Very glossy here, a little more like a matte finish on this part of the neck. So we got a final little rub down of the oil, try to get some of that off. And then I'll pick up the instrument and see what it feels like. So, hopefully you can see that there's quite a bit of difference in the gloss right here at this line and this, which is a little more matte looking. Now it remains to be seen whether it's any more comfortable for me. I don't know. You know, I was fine before. It'd be awful if it changed the sound, and I hated playing it. Anything to help me play better, eh?